Hello, my name is Garen Turner, and this is my VEM video. The first professional network I reached out to was Jane McConnell. I reached out to her via her personal website. A way she's important in my career is that I suffer from depression and anxiety, two forms of mental illness, and so does she. And she makes video games based on that to help people out with that, and that's something I want to get into. That's kind of how I started writing for games. So that's how I feel that she's important to me in my networking. The skill she taught me is if you're passionate about something, even if nobody's ever done it before, you should go ahead and try it because she became successful that way. And that's just a skill that I would like to have. Along with that, her success came when she was studying game design and she was also going for her PhD. While she's doing her research, she realized then that she wanted to make video games to help people with mental illnesses, so that's how she became successful. The second person I contacted was Joe Ching. I contacted him through Facebook. He's important to me as he's one of my mentors. I met him through my high school English teacher, and we've been friends now for about 6 or 7 months. So that's how he's important to me. He's just been a mentor to me, and he's been helping me out throughout my time at Full Sail. The skill he taught me is to just be open to any kind of project for a video game, even if it's not necessarily writing. And I have taken that advice and I've applied for internships and non-paying jobs. I guess that would be internship 2, and I've landed a couple opportunities, so his advice has already been paying off for me. How he became successful is as soon as he found out you can actually make video games for a living, he went out and applied for a job, and he had an interview at LucasArts, and that was like a 2-day interview, and he was offered the position, and it was then that he knew that he belonged in this business. The third professional that I reached out to is Jason Docton, and he's similar to Jane as he also suffers from mental illnesses, but instead of focusing on games, he created an organization to help people who may not be able to pay for counseling or their medications, and he did this all through his passion from gaming. And that's kind of what he taught me, is that you can take your passion for gaming and it could be used for more than this. The purpose of gaming, he's using it to help people. How he became successful was random. He was going to school, he was pre-med, and he had to drop out due to his mental illnesses. So one day he was playing a game and he was playing with somebody online, and they had asked him advice for how to deal with mental illnesses, and that's when he realized that he wanted to help people for a living. I didn't actually talk to Jason because I reached out to him, and he originally had said he would help me, but then for some reason never got back to me. He might have been busy, or I just don't know what the issue is with that. With Jane, I didn't get in contact with her either. It said on her personal website that she doesn't like to do kind of what she calls pick your brain kind of sessions. So I knew that when I read it, but I went ahead and contacted her anyway, hoping that she would contact me back, but she didn't. So maybe that wasn't the best of choices. For my professional, or for my peer, the first person I reached out to, and I'm sorry if I butcher your name, is Marissa Tajil. I contacted her via Facebook, the job fair, and email. She's important to my career because we both want to be game writers, and I feel it's important to network with other people who want to be doing the same thing in the industry as myself. Ways we can collaborate is work on future projects together. Even if we're not in the same class section, we can bounce ideas off of each other, give each other constructive criticism, things like that. One of our common goals, like I said, obviously we both want to be game writers, and we both discussed that we think we will be more strong at writing characters versus a story. Not that we're against writing a story, but I think we were more of creating a character. As far as common goals, again, we both want to be game writers. Oh, I already said that, sorry. On a personal level, we both have become friends on Facebook and PlayStation Network. We reach out to each other whenever there's a writing, a project out there where there's an internship or just, non-paying gig. So we keep in contact with each other, and then just to talk about non-school stuff. The second peer I reached out to was Patrick Patterson. That was through the job fair and also on email. He's important because he's a multitasker. He wants to write as well as do social media, and that's really important for video games. And he also does cinematography. So, after I write a game, it'll be up to him to capture those moments and put it on the screen. The way we can collaborate with each other is we can share ideas for the game, and also his social media skills, to get the word out there to promote the game so people will want to play it. One of our common goals is that we both want to eventually, cross over and do voice work. So with writing the dialogue, maybe we want to actually be in the game, our voices. We haven't connected on a personal level yet. I did send him an email, but as of now, he hasn't responded to it. I chalked that up to school, life, things like that. The third person I contacted was Brittany, and she didn't list her last name, so I don't have much on her last name, but she's important because she's a branding specialist and I need all the promotion I can get for a game. And how we can collaborate is she probably can bring ideas to the table that I wouldn't even think of, such like a website or making flyers and hand out to people. So that'll be two good ways her and I could collaborate. As far as common goals, we both have a lot of energy that we want to put into our projects, whatever it is that we may be working on. On a personal note, we didn't connect, but she's like the only one who was in the branding specialist on the job fair, and she had numerous of emails and probably couldn't respond to them all, so that's why we didn't connect. My overall experience, it was an enjoyable one. I wish I would have been able to connect with Patrick and Brittany more. Marissa and I are doing pretty good, and networking with her has been great. On how I can improve things, well, I could have reached out to Patrick a lot sooner, or even checked the VEM website, as he did reach out to me there. Brittany, it probably would have been a better idea to go ahead and look for somebody else because she was only one. And Marissa, we had a small communication issue, which was more on me than her, for the 2.3 project, but we got that sorted out. As far as defining the visual arts industry, for creative writing, I focus on, of course, video games, because that's what I want to do. You can, story design, level design, character design, DLC, and then there's also, you can write for scripted television. That could be writing for a weekly television series or a made-for-TV movie. When I think of filmmaking, I think of the live event support staff. They don't get enough credit for all they do, running around, getting supplies, things break. They're kind of the, unsung heroes, of film process. So they're important. And also, you need good sound. You need a good sound team. And then for media communication, for me, it's all about social media. I can't stress that enough. And promotion. It doesn't matter how good something is that you wrote, how good it might look. If nobody knows about it, nobody's going to watch it, nobody's going to play it. All three of these industries, specialties, rely on each other for success. Again, like I just said, as me being a writer, I can write something, but if nobody knows about it, nobody's going to read it. And you could have good promotion, but if the writing's not good, then what good is a promotion if the end product isn't that good? And you need a good crew. There's only so much I could do as a writer, so having a branding specialist and things like that, you need a good support staff. And that's how also I want to further my brand, is to collaborate more with those people, talk to people, get the ball rolling so we can work together. And I didn't know how to do my my references, so I'm just going to do it like this.